Good morning, students. In part 5 of chapter Agriculture, you will learn about the reasons for declining net sown area in India under cereals and impact of globalization on Indian agriculture. Let's start with reasons for declining net sown area in India. Before explaining reasons, I tell you about net sown area. Net sown area. What is net sown area? The area in which crops are grown for once or more than once, and the area is counted only once. Suppose there are 2 acres, first and second. In these 2 acres, crops are grown for 2 times and even in it 2 times. But the area is counted only once. But area will be only 2 acres. We can't say that if in this area for 2 times crops are grown, so there are 2 acres. And here also 2 acres. No. The area in which crops are grown for once or more than once, but the area is counted only 1 time in 1 year. That is known as net sown area. So here how much net sown area is there in 1 year? 2 acres. And gross cropped area. Gross cropped area. The area in which crops are grown for 2 or more than 2 times, and the area is counted as many as times crops are grown. Like this is first acre, this is second acre. In it, if crops are grown for 2 times and here also 2 times, then in 1 year, how much gross cropped area is there? 4 acre. We will not count it 2 acre, 1 and 2. No, because in it crops are grown for 2 times, here also for 2 times. That's why we will count this area for many times as crops are grown in that area. So here 4 acres. In net sown area, the area is counted only once in 1 year. If crops are grown for 2 times or 3 times or 1 time, no matter, area is counted only once. And in gross cropped area, the area is counted as many as times crops are grown. Suppose here there is 3rd acre. In 3rd acre, if crops are grown for 3 times, suppose 3 times, so how much net sown area is there in these 3 acres? And if we ask how much gross cropped area is there, 2 to 4 and 3, 7 acre. Then it will be 7 acre. So what is net sown area? The area in which crops are grown for once or more than once, but the area is counted only once in 1 year. That is known as net sown area. And gross cropped area, the area in which crops are grown for 1 time, 2 times or more than 2 times. And the area is counted as many as times crops are grown. Hopefully you understood difference in net sown area and gross cropped area. In India, there is decline in the net sown area under cereals. Reasons for declining net sown area under cereals. The net sown area in which food crops are grown, that area is declining. Which reasons are there? The first one is there is a shift from cultivation of food crops to cultivation of fruits, vegetables, oilseeds and industrial crops. Industrial crops. Yes. The first reason for reducing net sown area under cereal is gradual shift from cultivation of food crops to cultivation of fruits, vegetables, industrial crops and oilseeds. Earlier only food crops were grown, but in these days farmers not only concentrate at growing food crops, they also grow fruits, vegetables, oilseeds, and some crops are grown for industries like cotton, jute, etc. Due to this reason, the net sown area under cereal is decreasing. The second reason, due to increasing population, some land has put to non-agricultural use. Non-agricultural use. Due to increasing population, there is need of more human settlements, more industries, and to lay down roads and railways, there is need of land. So due to all these reasons, the land under cereals has been decreasing. Now people are making their homes, industries, roadways, railways, and agricultural land is being converted into other activities. So it is used for other activities. The third reason is, earlier when fertilizers were introduced, at that time there was dramatic result. Due to fertilizers, pesticides and insecticides, there was dramatic result, but now all these are responsible for degrading the soil. Degradation of soil due to excessive use of fertilizers, pesticides and insecticides. Yes. Fertilizers, pesticides and insecticides are good for good growth and production of crops, but excessive use of all these has reduced the land quality. Now without using all these, there is not good production. Fourth reason is, periodic scarcity of water has led to reduction in area under irrigation. Yes, due to excessive use of water, the area under irrigation has been reduced. Scarcity of water. Water is very essential for growing crops, but in these days, due to scarcity of water, there is much land available in our country which can't be cultivated because there are not proper irrigational methods. And fifth is increasing salinity. Increasing salinity in soil. There are some areas in which there is scarcity of water, like Rajasthan, Gujarat, and in southern states of India. But some areas are there where there is much availability of water, like Haryana, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, and this is due to flow of rivers. In these areas, farmers try to get 3 crops from one field. That's why they use more water, and due to use of more water, the amount of salinity is increasing in soil, which has resulted in low production. So what are the reasons for declining net sown area under cereals? First one, there is shift from cultivation of food crops to cultivation of fruits, vegetables, oilseeds and industrial crops. Much land has put to non-agricultural use for making human settlements, industries, roadways, railways. Next, degradation of soil due to excessive use of fertilizers, pesticides and insecticides. excess of everything is harmful. In the same way, excessive use of pesticides and fertilizers has resulted in the deterioration of the quality of land. In some areas, there is not much availability of water, that's why cultivation is not possible. And in some areas, due to more irrigational system, developed irrigational systems, farmers grow three crops. That's why more water is provided to the field and the amount of salinity is increasing in soil, which has resulted in lower quality of soil. Yes. Now I'll tell you about the impact of globalization on agriculture. Impact of globalization on agriculture. First of all, what is globalization? When economy of one country interact with the economy of other country, that is known as globalization. Means when one country is free to sell and produce its products in another country and other countries can produce or sell product in our country, that is known as globalization. Suppose India and America. American companies are free to sell and manufacture their products in India. Indian companies are free to sell their and manufacture their products in America. Means the countries are engaged in world trade. Means they can trade with each other. They can sell the products of each other. They can manufacture products in their countries. So that is known as globalization. When economy of one country interact with the economy of other country, that is known as globalization. So what is the impact of globalization on agriculture? Globalization is not a new phenomena. It was in 19th century that European traders started to trade in India. Not only Europeans, Arabs, Chinese also traded in India. And first of all, trade was done of spices. India was famous for its spices. Spices were produced in the southern India, and after spices, during the British period, cotton belt of India attracted the British, and ultimately cotton was exported to Britain as a raw material for their textile industries. Earlier trade was done of spices, but later cotton from India was exported in Britain because in British industries there was great demand of Indian cotton, and cotton textile industry in Manchester and Liverpool flourished only due to the availability of good cotton which was exported from India. You know that in 1917 when Mahatma Gandhi started Satyagraha in Bihar, in Champaran, so that Satyagraha was in favor of the indigo farmers. The farmers of Champaran were not in favor of growing indigo because it reduced the fertility of soil, along with they were not getting high prices of indigo. And indigo was the main crop which was demanded in the British market because they needed indigo to dye clothes in the cotton industries. So first trade was of spices, cotton, and under globalization after 1990s, the farmers in India have been exposed to new challenges. They produce rice, cotton, rubber, tea, coffee, jute, and spices, but they can't compete with the developed countries because of the highly subsidized agriculture in those countries. Indian farmers try their best effort. They do their best, but they can't compete with the farmers of other countries. What are the reasons? Actually, the government in other countries support to farmers, provide them high subsidies for agricultural inputs. But in India, the farmers don't get those type of facilities. Today, Indian agriculture finds itself at crossroads. To make agriculture successful and profitable, proper thrust should be given to the improvement of the condition of marginal and small farmers. If we want that there should be any change in the condition of the farmers, so more effort should be made to improve the agricultural sector. It is being alleged that it has caused land degradation due to overuse of chemicals, drying aquifers. Yes. What is aquifer? Pool of water under the earth is known as a aquifer. And vanishing biodiversity. Green Revolution started in India during 1960s and 70s, but that green revolution has caused many problems. Which problem? Drying aquifers, vanishing biodiversity, and there can be made some improvement in the condition of farmers by introducing organic farming. In organic farming, there is no need to make much use of fertilizers, pesticides. Along with it, Indian farmers should also diversify their cropping pattern from cereals to high value crops. They should not concentrate only on the growing of wheat and rice. They should diversify their cropping pattern. This will increase their income and reduce environmental degradation. Because fruits, medicinal herbs, flowers, vegetables, biodiesel crops like jatropha and jojoba need much less irrigation. You know that in these days there is much shortage of water in our country, and if we grow such type of crops which has high value but less need of water, so it can be profitable. India's diverse climate can be harnessed to grow a wide range of high value crops. So that's about impact of globalization on agriculture. Globalization was started from very early time. Earlier spices were exported, later cotton, and in these days Indian farmers are facing problem because they are not getting high subsidies as the farmers of other countries are getting. There is a need to diversify agriculture, need to promote such agriculture which needed less inputs. Organic farming should be promoted, and government should make special efforts to improve the condition of farmers. That's all about this chapter. Thank you.